is March 13th, and we are back with Noren Singh at his home. And welcome again, Noren Singh.
Yes.
And I thought we would begin today. Perhaps you could tell us a bit about your father, Prithvi Singh.
Oh, okay. My father was very good in the language of English and Bengali. He had a great mastery. When the Light Divine book first time to be printed, manuscript needed, and he typed 3 times the whole book as manuscript for showing this correction. And
He typed it 3
Yes,
times.
yes. And
But his eyesight was very bad.
yeah, even then his typing was so perfect
I
that
see.
mother and Siendo both were satisfied with his typing. And third time it went to press. Because to first and second Siendo corrected a lot, corrected or changed. And finally, third one went to only 2 people could read Siendo's writings clearly. One was my father, another is Nandini Nikanta Gupta. He could also read. So, apart from that, when mother gave him charge of the publication department and library.
And library.
At the time, library was in the ashram. And he learned the modern method of arranging the books and other things from Calcutta.
Is that the Dewey Decimal System? I believe it, or a more modern system.
Pardon?
Dewey Decimal System was the library system that I know.
Yeah. It was that now reading room.
Possibly. So he was in charge of the library and publications.
Library, the books are there here in the reading room. And another gentleman was there who was issuing books from there. I'm just forgetting his name. And he was very particular about books. He lent to us just after meditation. When he will be coming, he'll remind us and take back the book. I shall tell you afterwards. And after. And then the work started, library publication. For publication, these are printed in Calcutta and coming here. But when there are difficulties after merger of India becoming independent, it became difficult to get books there, from there to Pondicherry. Then father suggested to mother, why don't we establish a printing press in Pondicherry, in us. Mother agreed. Then that our printing press that came into being, the machinery came from Hyderabad, and one gentleman also came and it started. From then on, some books are published in the Assam printing press. Before it was in Calcutta or other places. So that also, thanks to his initiative, father was a great connoisseur of painting, then statues, coins, etc. He had a very good gold coin collection. He prepared a special album at Calcutta. And that afterwards he offered the whole thing to the mother. And for statues, he had very old statues. We had in Calcutta, Gandha statue and other things. And one I remember especially, it was called Hara Parvati together. And It was called Hey Bajro. And the workmanship was perfect, not a single flaw. He had, even at that time, he had purchased for 5,000 rupees. And it was put in a glass case. Apart from that, he had a knack for paintings. He had 3 original paintings of Tagore and 2 of Nandalal Bose.
I see.
And Nandalal Bose, one was Sharadasri, goddess, what beautiful workmanship. And another is birth of Sri Sri Chaitanya.
Do those paintings still exist?
It exists, but where has it gone? Because we came here, then it was with my brother, they shifted the house, and gradually what happened.
Now we have this beautiful book that your Suprabha and Sumitra presented to me on your father, Sri Aurobindo and mother to Prithvi Singh.
Yes, yes, yes.
And you said that Suprabha has marked a page.
Oh, it is in that book.
What did you want me to read in that page?
No, there are letters to Prithvi Singh to mother, and mother's reply. The mother's reply.
All right. Here she says, mother says, "My dear child, I am glad to have read your letter. Noren Singh has already spoken to me enthusiastically about the new arrangement and the money they will return to you. All your children are a fine lot," mother emphasizes, "and I am very happy to have them here. To be truthful, I must add that I love them dearly, and their father also."
That is one.
And then she says, "My dear child, I did not even notice that you detained me. I always stand for a minute or two at that place, concentrating upon you and others that might be there. So I have nothing to forgive and send you my love and blessings." Yes, my dear child, I hope you are giving no importance whatever to these silly talks about spiritual nearness and the rest. There is no truth behind it. No time to answer in details, but I must ask you never to judge on appearances, and still less on what people say. With my love and blessings. So there are a few. And then you had some photos to show us?
What photo?
Yes, you had some photos of the stamp exhibition with Mother.
Yes, yeah.
Let us look at those.
I think these are the photos.
Okay.
Can they enlarge it?
Oh yes, we can get a good photo of it.
Especially
Oh, and here is Mother, and you, and
Pavitra,
Pavitra.
and in one, that Swedish lady, Madeleine. In another, Omyo is there. It is Madeleine who arranged the exhibition. And afterwards, Mother gave away the prizes
Oh,
to number of entrants were there. In a small card, beautifully painted, there she wrote herself. Old sadhaks.
yes.
once exhibitions were done during Mother's time.
Yes.
To come and see them.
And in 1964, when She and the Stamp came out, we prepared a green folder, handmade paper. I requested Mother to have a message that we can give you. We have in ashram. The message is, he has come to beat the earth to prepare for its luminous future. That is the message. Mother's own writing.
So what was the reason Mother started this, took so much interest in stamp collection?
Mother can say. Mother was interested from her childhood. And once she said, my father was a banker. If we had all those stamps, it would have now made a fortune. Because old stamps, they are valuable, very valuable.
So let us begin with some of your remembrances of the older ashramites. Perhaps,
The first I saw him,
good.
he was with beard, and he was looking like a saint. And another, I saw three gentlemen in the dining room. The evening we came, we went to dining room. It was so silent, and each one we had covered their heads and apron. One among them was Charu. We used to call Bhate Charu, Charu of the rice. He was serving rice, but he was one of them who were present during the days when they realized descent of overmind in the physical.
Oh,
He was one of.
this was Charu,
Yes.
and Sri Aurobindo said that.
No, Charu was present on the occasion.
Oh, he was present.
Around 24 sadhaks were there.
Oh, this is when Sri Aurobindo had that.
That realization
Yes.
at that time.
Yes.
And when Pavitra came, look, Charu was his guardian. He was sleeping on a packing box. That was his bed. And another, I remember, Puraniji, I didn't have much personal contact because very adept in swimming, wrestling, because he was fighting against the British for that. He had the club there in Gujarat. But here I didn't have much contact except here and there. But he was of cheerful nature. After Srinivas's accident, he was one of them who was attending Sri Aurobindo. And another was Nirodvaran. His book you must have read, 12 Years with Sri Aurobindo.
Yes.
First I met Nirodvaran was in some dispensary. I had some boil or something in my body or somewhere. Then mother sent me go there. I went there. He was in charge, Nirodvaran. He asked me, why have you come here? His question. Anyhow, I said, because mother has sent me here. Then he saw me. Afterwards, we became friendly. We used to go to lake on cycle. But I never asked him about this closer relation with Sri Aurobindo. And Champaklal also, I knew he was very helpful nature for going to mother. Near our stamp office, his room was there. But afterwards, when he was sitting on the landing before going up to mother's room. If anyone there in mother's room, he will sit there. So twice a week I used to carry that recording box, Satyan and Sujata's interview with mother.
You carry.
Yes. So before they came, I took it up and kept in mother's room. And when their interview was over, I used to bring it down because it was quite heavy, for them not possible. So that like that I got extra chance of meeting mother and doing pranam. Once it happened that for our stamp collection we needed glassine paper envelopes before they are coming from France. But it didn't, after sometimes we needed it here, it was not available. Then I asked mother, shall we order it to France? She was quite annoyed. She said, why can't we make it here? I said, all right. Then mother selected few people who can do the work. But after doing for a while, everyone left, including Champaklal and Prosperity. But finally, luckily, hand taper, they could cut the envelopes. So all those problems are there. Rajangam he was a doctor. It is he who purchased the reading room, library side building and offered it to mother. And Amrita was a very, very friendly nature. He was our manager, and whenever anything necessary, he will help. And as I said earlier, that I have said earlier, once I needed, mother had sanctioned 100 rupees for stamps. Pavitra saw the sheet. She said, Noren Singh, it is a difficult time. Even 100 rupees was difficult. I don't remember the year. Anyhow, I took it to Amrita because he finally who gives money. And he said, he scratched his head, can you come afterwards? We have little difficulty. I said, yes, Amrita, I shall come afterwards. Whenever you call me, I shall come. So I was coming back. Then he called me back. He said, no, Noren Singh, you take the money because yours is a continuous thing. Because if you don't buy some certain things, we'll miss. So anyhow, he gave me that 100 rupees.
So how did you purchase stamps? From different countries or
No.
from India?
Only, only India, not from the very beginning. It was after 2 years of independence, I started purchasing myself. Now those are fortunes, or at least issues like archaeological series. It will cost one series, one set, several thousand. Gandhi set, 13,000. But my first purchasing of stamp was from French India, French post. As I said, when last day of French post office, mother asked, it is last day, want to purchase stamp from there? I said, widow's man. And then mother asked me, how much do you want? And roughly I said 500. She said, only 500. She gave me much more. Then I purchased there, and then asked them if they can send a letter from there that day. They are very reluctant. Finally, they agreed. Then I told mother, and she wrote a letter to her son, addressed to her son, Andre Morrissey.
Yes.
And information was sent. So he sent back the whole letter as it is, intact, to us. So it is still a prized item in our collection, French India.
I wanted to ask if you knew Kapali Shastri.
Not personally.
What about Nishikanto?
Kapali Shastri, only Madhav used to know, perhaps. Madhav also I didn't know much personally. They are great scholars. And Sanskrit, I was not a Sanskrit scholar. And another gentleman was there, Subramanyam Bharati, or someone like that, who was staying where present-day bulletin office is there. And mother will come for vegetable darshan. That was the fruits. Once gradually the fruits coming in good large number from garden and other places. Those were arranged in the veranda facing the samadhi and in front of the mother's staircase. So mother will come and see them. So that gentleman was there. Then one jotin of flower. He will keep one flower and one stick in his hand. The mother will give them flowers. And this gentleman, he was a scholar, but I didn't have personal contact with him. And that started, how I told you about fruit room.
Yes, yes. Did you know Nishikanto?
Oh yes, very well. He was a genius. He could write poetry, painting, then cooking. And during the war, when there was shortage of cheese, Mother and Shyam they used to take regularly. Then night and day he worked hard to prepare some sort of cheese for them. And he succeeded somewhat. And apart from that, he could tell very good stories also. And it is he who first said, my Shishu Krishna, child Jishu, they all play with the avatar, divine, something like that. You know. First time there is mention of avatar of Mother and Shivinda.
Oh. He was the first to mention.
Yes. And he had many visions. Extraordinary man. One side him was he could eat a lot also. I mean, in the house, Santal house I was staying, he also was there. My brother and he, and once a cyclone came, and there were many mango trees were there.
And you were speaking about the cyclone.
So
And Nishikanto.
Nishikanta and Rabindra also was staying there. Rabindra fruit room. When he came first, he was staying in the veranda before our room, Santal house. So one day I saw a big basin full of mangoes. I came between them and they are eating 30 or 40 mangoes at they ate. They ate 30 or 40 or more at a time. But Nishikanta was a very good cook also. I knew he'll prepare on special occasions, he'll prepare aloo dum, potato, and other things, macaroni. Do you know we did have twice a week macaroni in the dining room before. And for breakfast, Foscow. It was a wonderful taste coming from France. But naturally afterwards it was stopped. So that was Ravindra. Afterwards he got a room in the ashram main building. And as I said, how he became in charge of the fruit room.
Now, did you know Aurobindo Basu?
No, not much. I just met. He was friend of Nirod Varan.
Can you tell a little about Nolini?
Uh-huh.
Tell us a little about Nolini then.
Nalida, earlier he was known as a postman. All the letters when they used to write throughout the night, he'll carry them to different people whom Sriyandar had addressed those letters. So he was known as postman. Later we came to know him personally. He was looking very serious type. So I didn't have much contact at that time. Afterwards I came to know him. He was a very good football player. And afterwards he was keeping up. When the sports ground things started, he was going there for little exercise, running there. With him another gentleman was Kameshwar Rao. Even at the age of, after 80, he was keeping out. And later on, when he couldn't go there, near my garden, around Traspetti, he'll take round several times. From that time, gradually, I came to know. On surface, he was very stiff, but he had a very good heart, tender heart. I had talked with him. But didn't ask about his impression of Sriyandar and mother. And he wrote several books, his writings in several volumes. He gave them one or two with his signature. Another book like that I got from, what is his name? Just come to. He came, Moni. Moni who came here before the arrival of Sri Aurobindo. His other name I forgot. I didn't have much in contact with him personally. I was staying at present generator room, ashram, near that one room.
Was his name Chakravati? Moni?
Moni.
I remember his photo with
Yeah.
Sri Aurobindo.
Oh, it's Aurobindo. And he was also a very good football player and had a great mastery in Bengali language. When on philosophy, Anil Varun Rai had discussion in a magazine with a philosopher. And Anil Varun Rai couldn't manage properly. Then finally he took up the pen and started writing. His powerful writing made the other gentleman stop his arguments. And he wrote a book after the passing away of Sri Aurobindo, and he called me one day and gave me one copy of his poem with his signature. for, for at that time, because I was always going there in Post's office, ashram garden, I didn't have much contact with others as such.
But you did know Parichand.
Yes, yes, very well. He was close to my father. Before coming here, Parichand and father will read Shendo's books, Calcutta, and he was a very learned gentleman, and he was looking after Jotin, he was looking after the ashram garden. And as I got the garden, I needed his help, and he was always helpful. He had a simple life, but full of dedicated service. And very learned gentleman also. Parichand and his brother was Umid Chand. Umid Chand was looking after building service work. Once when in ashram, one roof has to be completed. The work took the whole night. He stayed there till the whole night till work is complete. At that time, so much devotion for work was there. Another was Kirod and Purnananda. Kirod, he was charged in the building service where stocks were kept. When he'll issue, he'll note down how many screws, nails, hammers have been issued, and what is the present stock, all these detailed. And another was Purnananda. He was also very helpful in building service work. When during the war, the steel rods came from France just before the war. And those are very long, 10 or 15 meters long. Those had to be brought from the port to the Harpago. Harpago was not as it is, it was a go down. And steel bending and work was going on. So mother asked him, you bring them without making slightest noise, because it will disturb Sri Aurobindo. And actually, he got them, he asked his people and they brought them without making any noise to Harpago. Yes, it was a tough job, but he did it successfully. And for cutting of rods, one gentleman was there, Gujarati gentleman, his name was Giddalal. He was a very good mathematician. He could calculate very difficult problems mentally. And so mother gave him job. He'll see all the rods. He'll say, cut this one for this part, for this part. So minimum of wastage. So you see, we had people who were dedicated. And some atmosphere was there to do the work as best as possible. As I said, like my father, typing 3 times the whole book. And apart from that, we have translated Shendo's books in Bengali and written poems in Bengali from Shendo's poems.
Did you have any interaction with Sat Prem?
Satprem, I knew him personally, but not on the spiritual side, I did ask.
And Ambu?
Ambu, yes. Ambu was a good friend of mine. I did. Once or twice, for my health reason, I asked him to show me some asana. And I used to go from time to time in his room also. And he was very keen for collection. He had collection of stamps, coins, banknotes. After his passing away, his stamp collection came to mother's collection. But there are also bad condition, fungus. After I'd been to France, after coming back, I started going through them. My eyes got infection due to that. And I had glaucoma. But apart from that, he had rare banknotes, also French India, and some coins. Apart from that, he was a expert in yogasana. He did wonderful figures and so in public also.
Now you mentioned that you were the first person that Mother put in Golconda.
Yes.
What year was that?
What?
What year did you...
45.
45.
1945. Since then, at that time, one gentleman who was looking after the gate, sadhak and gatekeeper, he was looking at the ashram, Golconda, and I was the sole occupant. Came back from ashram, he will close the door. Shivalingam, his name was Shivalingam.
So you were there more than 60 years
Oh yes,
in Golconda.
Golconda. Golconda tradition is there. To those whom mother has given room, it will remain for them till his death. Otherwise, they don't keep my room for so long.
And your room number?
2E9.
2 East 9.
2 East 9. Just after climbing the second floor in front of the staircase, my room is there.
So you...
On the right hand side, it is east 2E8, 2E7 like that, which goes toward the canal, and other side toward the ashram.
So Temi was maybe the second person.
Pardon?
Temi Ben, was she the second person to move into Golconda?
I don't remember Temi Ben or Chandulal.
Uh-huh. Did you know Temi Ben?
Yes, I know him. So the very she had a good knowledge of English, professor, I can say, and she was a good artist, painter. She had a great master in painting also. And her parents also came there and stayed. And they passed away in Golconda. And she had another friend staying at Golconda, Sutapa.
Sutapa, yes.
Her other name was she had other name, but afterwards she got it changed to Sutapa.
Parsi lady.
Parsi lady. They even also Parsi lady.
Yes.
No Parsis are, Behram is there, nephew of Sutapa. It is Beram.
Yes.
So, the Parsi families are less.
Can you tell us something about Udar?
Udar, I knew him, but not intimately.
But you must have known Mona
Yes, Mona, yes.
very well.
Oh, so they're very thorough in her work. And she loved Golconda so much, she herself would do necessary clean the veranda or other places. And she was very strict in discipline. That clothes are properly washed and given.
Noren Singh, we would like to close by asking you what you would say to young people who are seeking for the divine or seeking for something higher today. What would you say to them?
For me, difficult to say anything because time has changed. Whether my advice will be followed or no is different. Don't, just they listen and they'll forget it. Unless they have been a rush from the divine, it is difficult to ask them to turn to divine. Yeah, no, people doesn't always come for the divine. Or as earlier days, the personalities of Mother and Singh attracted people. Now for other people are attracted for other reasons. There are other 1 or 2 points, but it is late. So about that message of the mother in 64. That can be collected from some stamp office. I knew Duman also quite well. Duman had a good relation with him, but once I had to write him a strong letter. Mother was giving me as extra sum every month 250 rupees. So after mother, it was coming from mother's room every month 250 rupees. Once I found 100 rupees less. Then I asked Duman that by mistake 100 rupees has not been put. He said no, because Sujata and Avasi are not here, as if they are giving us pocket money. So I have taken it out. And I was disgusted. I said, we never needed pocket money. Whatever needed, mother provided us. And like that I wrote, but anyhow, mother's work will continue in spite of not cooperating, something like that. Then finally he asked Basudha. She was with mother when this was sanctioned. Basudha said, yes, these are given for stamps. Since then, he was giving regularly. Afterwards, he was very friendly. Whenever I needed extra sanction, he was when he became trustee. And apart from that, if any outstanding stamp or cancellations are given for in Rio, there are World Conference on Earth, something. He said, "Won't you like to get them here?" Like that. About mother's stamp, have I told you anything? Narad?
Mother's stamp?
How mother's stamp came?
No. No, you didn't tell us. Please do.
Oh, that is, may I tell you?
Certainly.
That it was 1978, mother's birth centenary. The convention is the parent body should write to the communication minister requesting him to bring out mother's stamp. As such, I went to Kunuma requesting him to write a letter to the concerned minister. But instead of that, he sent me to Harikan. Harikan sent me to another trustee.
Ah.
So, like that, like shuttlecock, they're sending me from one place to another. And time was running out. It was to be issued by 21st February. And it was, the year is coming to an end. Then, in the first week of January, Kunuma sent me a letter note. We won't object if the government takes out a stamp on the mother. He knew very well, but at that time, it is nearly impossible to have this stamp. But fortunately, my father, Uncle Vijay Singh Nahar, he was the General Secretary of Janata Party, the then ruling party of the government at center. I wrote him, "Uncle, can you do anything?" I didn't get any reply. After he contacted the communication minister, and they themselves chose the design of the stamp and brought them out. It appeared in paper, a stamp on the mother will come out. It was a surprise to the trustees also. Anyhow, after that, then we have to prepare many special first day cover folder for mother's stamp. I prepared them. Fortunately, few days before 21st February, the Postmaster General of Madras, he came to Pondicherry. I went and met him and invited him to see our stamp collection in the ashram. He came and saw, and afterwards I said, "Sir, I have a problem. We have so many things to be cancelled, and how to get them cancelled unless you send early some postal people to give them cancellation." He said, "All right, on going back I shall send you a message." Then message came, Postmaster General, he said, all the philatelic items which are to be stamped and cancelled are to be sent in immediately, Madras. So we did the same, and on the 21st, early morning, everything came. I paid the amount for stamps and other thing, and like that we got. That was a miraculous thing at that time. Then finally it went off very well. I asked Kunuma to have his room, because we used to sell the first day cover and other things prepared by us on that day. He said, "My room won't be available." I said, "Doesn't matter, on the road we'll prepare our booth." Finally everything went off smoothly. So all is not bed of roses, as you say. But finally, and I was determined that mother has done so much for Shendu's stamp. As 1978, 72, she herself took interest, special design were made and sent to government. And we can't do that for the mother, but our people were not so keen. That was a wonderful experience.
Now, Suprabha has just given me the little booklet of Sri Aurobindo's stamp. So
Yes, you can have it.
I will show it before the camera.
Yes.
Just what you said And then there is a cancelled stamp also.
Yes, that also you can have it.
All right. He has come to bid the earth to prepare for its luminous future. And here it is dated, stamped August 15th.
It came out very well. We changed the price at that time, 1 rupee. Now even for 50 rupees it won't be available.
Noren Singh, thank you so much for
No, it is a pleasure to
speaking
meet
to
you.
us again.
It is so nice of you to drop in, take so much trouble.
It is indeed
Huh?
our blessing.
Pardon?
It is our blessing to be with you.
So I have taken a lot of trouble to share your experiences with us. So that is great value for all of us and for the future generation.
Yes, it is the contact with mother mainly. And the ashram of that time,
Yes.
it was so silent. Naturally, less people were there. Twice ashram was attacked by hooligans. Do you know that?
Yes. But Mother said the ashram will always be there
Oh, yes.
for those who wish to practice the integral yoga.
And that presence is there. If you sit quietly for few seconds before samadhi, one can feel that presence. Of course, I am telling whether one gentleman I know who sat there, one French gentleman, he sat there for 6 hours meditating there. I can't sit so long and like that. I had another interesting experience. I was in nursing home. My thigh bone was broken. That also some forces were there. There was no reason. My whole body was lifted up and I was thrown down. I was careful about my head. My thigh bone was broken. Then it was operated there in nursing home, and then I was put in a special room where another patient was there, and there I had an experience suddenly that as if I'm going up and up from one dimension to another, 4, 5. Then afterwards I remember I shall reach all the dimensions with the mother's prayer, as I have told you, no? C'est dans le silence d'un cœur simple et fidèle qu'on trouve le mystère de l'incarnation. That was a wonderful experience. All right, I won't detain you much.
Thank you again. Oh, Sushil would like to ask you one question.
Who?
Sushil.
Sushil, yes, please.
You have seen Govinda so many times. So how was his body color. How was his skin color?
Shivanda's color,
Yes.
it was golden white. Once mother said, first I saw Shivananda here, his body was dark. As in Bengali say, Ujjwal Samvarna. Then gradually his color of his body started changing. And in 1926, already his body has changed in complexion. And afterwards, it became golden white. It was unthinkable, the luminous body. But he was Shendra integral sadhana, but personally he was joking with his disciples also sometimes. As Charu was telling, oh, don't tell me about his jokes. His body was luminous. Even in 1950, when he left his body, it was as luminous as before, as we saw him during last darshan. Mother suffered a lot physically during her last days. Personally, I think proper care was not taken as it ought to have been done. We could hear from downstairs when she was ill, when mother will make sound with her pain. Pranav will shout, "Shut up, mother." So can one imagine? Another interesting thing was there in 1972 when mother has, all the functions were over, mother has given cancellations and she was quite relaxed. And few sadhaks were there, the others have left. Then he decided, each of us will do pranam to mother. So he did pranam. Vishwajit was taking photo. Then after I did my pranam, I asked Pranav, now Pranav, you do pranam to mother, Vishwajit will take your photo. He said, I never do pranam to mother. And unfortunately, what happened, it is a mystery here, that whole film is lost. I asked them, they don't know, they said for technical reasons that is lost. That would have been a wonderful.
So why Dada was not in pranam to the mother?
That is his personal thing. He was attending mother. He was always with mother. But somehow it is my thought that he didn't understand mother properly. Although he had respect, but he didn't understand that she is the Divine Mother. Otherwise, one day for some reason he got terribly angry before mother and shouted. I thought you are both realized soul, but I made a mistake, something like that. So we don't know individual. Afterwards, I was telling of mother. It is difficult to say exactly his thoughts. But personally, I feel he didn't understand fully Mother and Sri Aurobindo.
But mother has written very high about it.
Huh?
Mother has written
No, Mother had very high opinion. Even in playground, on his birthday, Mother especially, Bon Fête Afrono, so that we all shouted Bon Fête Afrono. Your mother,
I would like to conclude our talk
or
by asking you,
yes,
when did you know Mother was the Divine Mother? From the first moment or later?
from the first moment, but not mentally. Whereas whole being accepted her as the Divine Mother in the first, after the Son, and she gave us special blessing. We did pranam. At least from the beginning, it was in me. But with mind, I didn't try to visualize his Divine Mother. It came spontaneously. I would share with also. Difficult to explain.
Yes.
But her mother, I could learn something which was impossible remaining outside. I remember in Himalaya, yogis are there, they do tapasya for centuries to have to see them. But for some divine reason or other, we came here when they are here and had their blessings in abundance. We were so grateful to them. They guided us, our life throughout. They guided our life. Although we didn't see Sri Aurobindo, but that feeling was there. That his comfort, his compassionate eye are towards us. In Sanskrit, there is a word, Vajradapi Kathorani, Kusumadapi Komalani, means as powerful as the thunder and tender as the flower. So when he sees Sri Aurobindo's photo in the stamp office, his hand is put like this. Then I think, with his powerful hand, nothing can stand before it. And his eyes as compassionate as they were. For young people, my advice would be try to understand Mother and Sri Aurobindo as the divine manifestation. Not to get entangled fully with material thing. It is a difficult suggestion, but one should try to remember Mother and Sriyandu. And they are always there. Their guidance and help is there. Even now, I feel without Mother's presence, we could not live any longer. She is always protecting us. Physically, how close I could come to the Mother. But I can't say I understood fully the Divine Mother. With us she played a mother playing with a child, with full of love and compassion. Even now, if we call them from our heart, they are always there to help us and guide us. In our difficulties, they will be there. But we have to remember to make progress always. We don't become static. You know, we are always grateful that we could come here and had during that time and grateful to our Father also. But I see everything was predestined. So now I took much of a valuable time, Narad.
Not at all. We are so grateful. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Many
you.
people we spoke, they all say that Mother poured her love to every individual.
Yes, it is true.
So much love she showered on each one of us.
She actually poured her love. And not to one sadhak, but so many sadhaks who are looking to their problems individually. A mother can look after how many children, but we had hundreds, but everyone felt that she is always with us, with me.
We'll let you rest.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.